This will change how you think about work and getting paid forever. I guarantee it. If you watch this video, it's going to change your perspective. It's going to open up a whole new philosophy for how to live your life with more fun, more purpose, more pleasure, more play, and also more pay. So we're going to do two things in this video. We're going to debunk the work and play disconnection, and we're going to detach work from pay. So make sure to stick, because this is going to be a really interesting discussion. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. If that sounds cool to you, hit the thumbs up button. And if you've seen my other videos, this will change how you think about porn, or this will change how you think about something else forever. You know, hey, this is probably going to change your perspective. And I'm coming from a place where I'm not trying to sell you a course. I don't have a course. There's no tactic, there's no gimmick, there's no multi-level marketing, there's no opportunity. It's just a cool philosophy coming from a place where, you know, most of you guys don't need to make an online business and quit your jobs. Most of you just need to get a raise, a promotion. Anyways, we're going to start with work and play. We're going to come back to work and pay. So part of the problem is work and play is sort of taught to be separate a lot. These things they're separate. And the problem with that is when we work, we're productive, and we also don't expect it to necessarily be that fun. And when we play, we are not productive, and it causes us to like focus on pleasure, playing games, dopamine, porn, weed, alcohol. If we're able to combine work and play, then we're going to have a much more productive time and a more fun time and a better time and all the time. So this is really our goal of what we're trying to do, is work and play. On the Venn diagram, they share a lot of space. And we can do this from two directions. One is making work more play-like, one is making play more work-like. So I'll start from making play more work-like, but then we're going to talk about work more play-like, which might work for you better. But I, for a long time, got paid to play a game. I was a pro gamer. I played professionally. And that isn't necessarily available to everyone. And most of you actually wouldn't want to do that. But the concept can be of, how do I start with something fun, something that I want to do anyways, something that's at least okay, something I'll at least enjoy, and monetize it. And monetize your hobbies. And we're going to get into a whole new paradigm also beyond this, where your work and your pay are even totally separate, unless you do what you want to do. But what if you got paid to play? So is this why people want to be rock stars, or people want to be professional athletes, why people want to be professional gamers? Well, to an extent, you can like workify your play, and it takes some of the pleasure out of it, but it's still play, it's still fun. Where you create a YouTube channel, you create content, you don't become a professional player, but you become a coach. Maybe it's even part-time, it's even supplementing, right? It doesn't need to be the full thing, but if you can make your play it's not even monetized, but purposized, like purposed, missionized, right? My play, like I want to help people through this medium of this game, to help people get better, help people use it as a tool for self-development. It becomes more satisfying. It's less empty, it's less escapism, and it's something that you can do more of. So that's making your play more work-like, but also you can make your work more play-like. Like make it more fun, like my work on the farm. For example, it's like, it's labor, but I'm out here, I'm walking the goat, you know, I've got all these sheep and these pigs around me. It's kind of fun. I've got 2 chickens under my arms. I'm working with kids, I'm doing tours. I'm doing the social media, I'm doing something funny, like I've got holding up a carrot where someone's legs is, and the carrot's got like a big dick. It's like fun, like I'm making jokes, I'm cracking jokes. You know, you can make your work more play-like, make your work more fun. That's really achievable to anyone, because I mean, part of the goal is not to not work, part of the goal is to have your work just be fun and be purpose and be pleasurable. Because we're going to get into this. I mean, what I noticed is we think that we work for, we're going to start to connect these two ideas. We think that we work for pay. By the way, how do you feel about this new phone? I'm really happy I got the new phone. I got the S20 Fan Edition. I ordered it like a week after it dropped. I was lucky my old phone broke right after I paid it off. So new camera. Anyways, back to it. We think like we work for pay. That's not why we work, fundamentally. It's a reason we work. Okay, some of us, we need to work for money sometimes. Like, you need money. Happiness is difficult when you can't afford good food, you can't afford to give gifts, you can't afford to hop on a plane, you can't afford to take care of your parents, you can't afford to take care of your kids, you have debts outstanding, you can't afford a car, you can't afford to, right? So it's important to get paid. But what we find is that if you create a situation where you have like a 4-hour work week, this is also a situation that I had. I wasn't a millionaire, I wasn't making so much money, but I was making a lot of money from a short amount of time of actual work. My play is work, is missionized, and my work is playified. So I'm being productive. Like, I'm reading a lot of books, I'm working out, I'm training, but I'm like, I want to work. Like, I'm bored. I want to work. It's not for money. I'm start volunteering, and we know from the Blue Zones, the longest, happiest living people, they volunteer once a week at least. What if you could volunteer every day? What if you could do philanthropy every day, right? So I started volunteering on a farm, like, for free. I started want to help, like, because we don't work for money. We do work for money, but once we're freed from that, like, you work for, and I'm getting paid, but it's like, man, there's more to life than this. We work for belonging. We work for mission, right? It's important for me in this work because I love this organization's mission is a really cool mission. It gives me meaning and purpose in life. It's fun. I'm bored. And now I'm not bored. I have something to do. I'm doing farmers markets. I'm running a volunteer day. It's exciting. I'm meeting new people. It's social. I feel needed. Like, the animals need me. People need me. Travis, can you fix this? Can you do this? Can you post this? Can you come down? Can you come to a meeting? Yeah, man, I want to feel needed. I don't want to feel totally detached. So this is the problem, is that we tend to work for pay, where ideally is the opposite problem, where ideally, and how do you do this? We're going to talk about this. Work and pay are separate. So how can you be independently wealthy so you can work on what you want to work on? You're in the USA, okay, in the USA the pay disparity is great, so people tend to be greedy and pursue money. There's a money obsession. Other parts of the world, socialism, the pay disparity is much smaller, so people are more allowed to pursue, like, I want to be a kindergarten teacher, dog. That's what I want to do. It's going to pay pretty well. So I want you to imagine, what would you do if pay doesn't matter? I want to be like a shepherd. I want to milk goats, It's not going to pay well, but how can I make it so it just doesn't matter? So yeah, you should get paid for your work and you should get a raise, but you shouldn't expect your mission and your purpose work to also be the main source of income. So what can you do? So I'm going to give you a couple examples of things that have worked for me and things that could work for you. And if you're watching this video and you're like, yo, I'm a long ways from this, I'm just scrapping, I don't even know my purpose, I've got barely any skills, I have no money, I just have to take what I can get, it's okay. This gives you a framework of something to work towards. So let's flash back to like my online business. I'm doing like magic coaching, like I'm coaching professional players. I've got it systematized. I've got the Facebook ads for the marketing. I've got the marketing funnel. I got the phone calls. I got the commission only salesperson. I got the different coaches to deliver. I'm out of the picture. I'm doing nothing. I worked, but I'm not working, and it's paying me. And then my work that I'm doing on the farm is like for food and rent, and I get a couple hours for $11 an hour. I don't care, it doesn't matter, because I'm paid differently, I'm paid separately. So you have a high paying side hustle that's not meant to be a full hustle, right? Like the coaching that I do, some of you work with me, it's not cheap. I have a high rate, but it's specialized and it's one-on-one and it's done for you, right? So it's limited. I don't do much of that. That covers my pay though. And then my work, I don't care if I get a $500 paycheck. Now, there's plenty of other ways to do this though. So we're talking about having a high skill side hustle. One other thing that I have now is I have investments. So over time, you make some good financial decisions. And this is something that really opened my paradigm. Watching some of my friends, like with their investments, how much they're able to make their money work for them, make each dollar a soldier for you. They're able to save a lot of money or build a lot of wealth. And I'm like still sort of hustling for work and for money. Like, I think I missed something here. So start to go into the world of investment. I read Warren Buffett's biography, some of it, The Snowball. It's like this thick. So I read some of it. But you see the real stories, and there's plenty of losers. There's plenty of people who lose from investments, but people who make a couple good trades, that's their job. They make 6 trades a year. That's their job. Yes, there's study, there's work, there's background, and you know, even the best guys, they're wrong one in 6 of the times. So, and there's versions of this that are pretty low risk. Like you own a rental property that you rent out. Well, how do you get to that point? I can't afford that. What's a goal? You save up for it. This is a goal, right? And you want to get here sooner than later. You don't want to never get here, right? So what is my investment in this case? Me personally, I like Bitcoin. I'm not going to go into detail on this here. I've talked about it. And it goes up and down. But my investment went up in the last couple of weeks like $5,000 while I didn't do anything. I didn't do any work, right? Because I was setting aside my work and having my money and having that work for me. And then I can care less and less about I can separate them more and more, right? Like, you know, part of my goal of doing this, at some point, maybe I pull again, there's risk, like your investment can go down. On average, the stock market goes up 8% a year, but in reality, it was down the decade from 2000 to 2010. So, I mean, it could be the same story for cryptocurrency, don't know. But on average, you can make your money work for you, yes. Maybe I pull it out and put into real estate, like I could buy a condo out here and rent it out to tourists, depending on the regulation. If I want to do that, I want to go that route. And yes, there's some work, but it's not very much work. It's more leveraging capital, right? So you have capital, you have investments, the capital investments work for you. Now you have become independently wealthy slowly over time. You make shrewd investments. You spend time, but what it'll allow you to do is do the work you want to do. Like you want to go build wells in Africa. You want to start an animal sanctuary. You want to work on environmentalism projects. You can do it if you're able to separate these things. But if it's like, I need my animal sanctuary to make money, sorry, you can't do it. I need my environmental thing to like be lucrative. No, you can't, right? It's much easier when you have a force that's creating money. It's separate. And trust me, you're going to want to do this because I've been around wealthy people. I've been around people who have lots of free time. I've had lots of free time. What ends up happening is you get bored and you want to work because everybody else is working, and it turns out we don't work for money primarily. We work for belonging, we work for mission, we work for purpose, we work for community. So I would love if you're able to make your work very playful and you're able to do what you want because your money is separate. But in order to do that, you need to go through a phase where you're going to have to work very hard, and you're going to have to work for money. But trust that this is where you're heading. It's not going to be forever that you're going to do that. And you're going to have to study a lot. You're going to have to be very shrewd, very prudent, very careful. You're going to have to raise your education level to do this. But you can get to a point where you can do what you want, and that's cool, and that's fine. You don't have to report to anyone. You don't need to negotiate for a raise. You can donate money. You can do philanthropy. You can have a foundation. So if that sounds cool, hope you found it helpful. If this did change the way you think about work and money, you made it all the way to the end, hit that thumbs up button. And if you already did this, please share it with someone. If you're part of a Facebook group or you're part a Twitter community, share this with your employee, share this with your partner. And then also, if you made it all the way to the end, I said there was no opportunity, or that's not entirely true. I do coach. It's not for most people. Like, if you have no skills, no expertise, I can't help you. But if you have a real life expertise and you want help to monetize it, then that is something that I could help you with. Examples are like you have a real cool lawn care business and you want to teach people how, or you're massage certified and you want to teach people massage, or you know, really good at social media and want to use it to lift other people up, that sort of a thing, then I may be able to help you. There's going to link down below. Again, it's not for everyone. I only have 3 people right now, but some of them are doing really well, and it's a lot of fun to work together, and it will help you get to here. So, appreciate you, much love, and I look forward to seeing the comments. Again, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this new video. I think it looks great. It's the new camera. Peace out. Much love. Let's get it.